welcome back to my channel, Clay Soil. My name is Purny and it's so good to see you. So today I have something very exciting to share with you guys. As you can probably tell, I'm in a very different location, and that's because recently my husband and I made the move to California. Bow, 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 bow. Oh, guys, it's so awesome here. It's only been a little bit, but I'm super excited. I'm still getting all my pots, and I have a little small setup right now that's going on, and yeah, that's why you kind of haven't seen me. So this video I wanted to make because I wanted to share with everyone how I brought my plants to Cali from Virginia. It was definitely a situation. I wish I had videotape stuff on the Virginia side so that way you can see the before and after, but I didn't. But I'm just going to talk you through some things, and then we'll move on to the recording part. I recorded all my plants the day I got here just to show you like what state it was in. And yeah, some of them took a beating and some of them did fine. Like they were just like, whatever, we're here at my new home. Yeah, so I'm like super excited to show you this. Just to tell you a few things. If you are planning on moving across country, take the time to like take your plants out of the soil. Acclimate them to the water, like a kind of like a leca situation for maybe like a week before you ship them off. So how I ship my plants cross country was I bought extra luggages to take with me on the plane because it was the most cost-effective way and also the less time it would take to come to California. I thought about shipping all my plants through USPS or UPS or one of those carriers, but then I was like, I don't want to risk having my plant sit somewhere for like a week. So I just said, you know what, I'm gonna just buy 2 luggages, which was really under $70. So yeah, like you're never gonna be able to ship. If you have like 50 plus plants, you're going to be spending a lot of money trying to send it to a mail carrier. So I went the shipping it on a plane with me route. It was definitely cheaper because it was under $70. And to stay within that 50 pound per luggage, I, made sure I took everything out of its soil. So all the plants like philodendrons and anything that can like sit in water, I took them out a couple days to a week before coming here. I took them out of their soil and I put them in water so they can get used to being in water. And then the day before and the day of me flying, I wrapped everything in sphagnum moss and tissue and saran wrap and then packed them in. And let me tell you, pretty much all my plants fit in one big luggage, and I was at like the 45 pound mark. And then my more delicate and my more rare plants, I put in my carry-on, and those did fine. I had like one squamiferum that like lost like 2 leaves, but like for the most part, most of my plants did pretty well. I would go that route. Fly them with you because then they're there in 5 hours or however long your new destination is. It's like it's gonna be there and you're gonna spend way less time waiting for them to get to you. And then also I didn't have problem with TSA. They just looked at my luggage and was like, okay, that's it. I mean, they might just don't fertilize anything before you ship them, because if they pick up fertilizer in the TSA machines, then they have to like, do that little wiping test they do on your plants, and that could delay you from getting on your plane. So just don't fertilize anything before you go. Keep them in water if you can. I know like with calatheas and like tenanthus, like plants that have like the fibrous root, like those were harder because I was like, well, how do I put them in water? You can't, they'll die. So what I did, I took as much soil away as I could, and then I just wrapped those in sphagnum moss. What else can I tell you? Coming to Cali, I bought one big luggage and one carry-on luggage. That's all I needed to bring my plants. And so hopefully this helps you figure out how you need to move your stuff, move your plants across country, across states, or you know, a state, whatever. If you're flying, you know, I know a lot of people, like I see on those plant groups, like a lot of people have to give away their plants or sell their plants, and I did not want to go that route. I was like, no, I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna figure it out. So yeah, that I will say. Oh, the one more thing I was gonna say, when you're carrying, like you'll see later on, my carry-on was like packed really tightly with a whole bunch of plants in their little like 2-inch or 4-inch pots. Now, one thing I will tell you, like, you know those like styrofoam that you get, pieces that you get in like furniture boxes to like pad? If you have some, save them and then use them to like make compartments in your carry-on, so that way when you're like carrying it upright or when it's taking off or landing, the force will obviously make all the plants shift and the soil fall down and everything. I would use the styrofoam to like make compartments, so that way it's like a buffer, so when you're holding it upright or taking off or landing, it's gonna like insulate it from the impact. So those are just some of my knowledge that I have for you. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't joined the Clay Soil family yet, I would love for you to consider subscribing to my channel, and also you can follow me on Instagram at Clay Soil Purny, where I put up photos of my lovely plants, my babies, and I love talking to people there, and so hopefully we can be friends. And let's get to the video. I just wanted to show you guys before I show you all the stuff what my balcony is looking out to. Oh my goodness, look at that. And I have koi fishes. Yes, and my little palm tree. Yep. Okay, so this was my carry-on bag that I took some things in with me, mostly like the plants that were smaller, like in 2-inch, 3-inch, 4-inch pot that I didn't want to take out of their pots. So I was expecting certain things that I'm going to show you, and I'm okay with that. You might not be okay with that, but it worked for the most part. I did lose a leaf to my baby Philodendron squamiferum, but my baby Thai was fine. So I'm just going to show you. I'm sure a lot of you are going to have a heart attack, but I've done this and I was okay with it, so I'm going to show you. Okay, so because of the takeoff and landing, they did shuffle. So if you take a whole pot of plants, just know you're going to have to worry about that. But things aren't the worst in shape. Like this one's bent because this was a long plant. Like you're gonna expect things like that, but I can just repot it up in here like that. And so this is kind of how I wrap them, where they are wrapped in wrapping paper, and then I put a little paper band, a rubber band to keep them secure. Like this is one of my baby squamiferums, and that was fine because I had the paper towel around the soil. It's a little bent, but it'll be fine. Like, it'll work out. Some of this looks like they're in like really bad shape than they are. It's just a lot of them lost soil. So this is one of the bigger plants I had in here. This is my mandula, and that didn't even fall out. Let me show you what did fall out. This was a syngonium, I believe. So my syngoniums fell out of their pot. This is a peperomia that I had laid flat, and it just got flattened out. All right, let's look at how my watermelon peperomia did, because this was set down in a awkward angle, like it was like this, and I was worried about the leaves. But for the most part, there's like a few leaves that got dinged up. Again, I had packed this so tightly, and I wish I had videotaped beforehand what it looked like, because I could have shown you guys, like, everything was neatly packed in here, and like, you know, all the space was utilized. But I think during liftoff and takeoff, it just didn't do so well. And here is just one of my crinklate Hoyas that it's fine. It's always been leaning. All right, let's see how my string of hearts did, because this one I like kind of rolled up in a ball and just shifted here. So it's just tangled. Again, I can untangle it. This is my peperomia Hope, and she didn't lose any of her leaves. And as you can look at the mess that my carry-on is, it looks terrible, but for the most part, everything is in great shape. Even my Calathea mosaica, it's doing pretty well. I did lose some leaves, I just want to show you. But again, I was prepared for that. So it's just sad I lost some of my squamiferum leaves, but I was prepared to lose leaves through this process. This was my Tenanthe, and the Tenanthe is doing fairly well. Okay with that? Okay, so let's look at the Pilea. This didn't do so well, but it's like, it might just need a little time to perk back up. But I didn't lose a lot of leaves. It definitely felt some kind of shock. But yeah, we'll see how it does. Here's the lemon lime. It's not in the best shape, but it's not in the worst shape either. Again, everything's just a little flattened out. This is my middle finger that's completely out of its pot, but I'm just gonna stick him back in. I think he'll be okay. He just lost some soil, so he's fine. He survived life without water for 4 months. He can survive without a little bit of soil. These are plants that I was okay with getting damaged to. I did put my baby Thai and squamiferum in here with these plants that you see so far, because those were precious to me, and I wanted those close to me instead of being in the bigger luggage. So this is the bigger luggage, and you guys, I was able to fit pretty much all my plants in here, some outdoors, but mostly indoor plants in here, and they fit. And they were under 50 pounds as well, which was totally awesome. And how I kept that weight down was because I took out all the soil. I like really took the time to take out all the soil from individual plants. And yeah, so I'm going to show you how it looks like. And what I did was I put some sweaters at the bottom of the luggage, and then at the top of the luggage as well, to insulate. Let me just show you. This one probably doesn't look as bad, but I haven't looked at it at all. So you see my sweaters that look super dirty because they got dirt on them. Yeah, these were used to kind of keep them cool, since they were, keep them warm, since they were going under the flight. And then I put a little bubble wrap to keep them from getting damaged or tossed around. Let's look at my, holy crap. Oh wow. So this is my baby Gloriosum. It didn't do so well. Oh no, you guys. Let's see. Let me turn it around for you. So that's the Gloriosum. This will need a lot of TLC, but everything else was pretty much packaged like this, or with tissue paper. Alright, so let me just show you an overview of what it looks like. So as you can see, it's plants for days. These are all my baby sedums, like donkey's tail that I was doing. My calathea. Again, these are all dirty because they've got some dirt on them. My exoticas did well. They don't have a lot of damage to them. Okay, this is my other pilea. Yeah. Pileas just don't do well. And you know, but then again, pilea is one of those things where I knew that is probably gonna not make it. Okay, my fry deck did pretty good. They have some holes, but they're just bent. See, they'll perk up. So you don't have to pack your stuff like the way I did, but I packed mine because I wanted all my plants. And so I suggest you pack how you want to. Expect there to be soil everywhere, soil debris everywhere, and you know, expect some damages. Some things will survive, some things won't, but hopefully the things that you care about the most will survive. And let me know what you think in the comment section below.